Hello everyone. So last week I thought that I'm getting a little bit lost with the amount of content that we are getting with The Sims 4 because of its 25th anniversary, not The Sims 4, just The Sims games in general. And I thought that maybe it can be useful for me and maybe both for you too if I'm gonna start reviewing some of the newer kits and some of the newer packs so that we are kind of will be able to catch up and to see what's in there so that we will be able to think what we can use these kits for. So I think that today I'm gonna go with the Refined Living Room Kit by the Pierisim. Embrace elegance and sophistication with the Sims 4 Refined Living Room Kit. With a clever mix of modern and retro furniture, you can create a perfect base, add extra personality with unique chic decor pieces, and voila, you'll have a living room worthy of a design magazine created by Pierisim. I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong. So this kit has 25 items. It has a bookshelf. It has some apparently bookshelves like on the smaller side. Also, it has some lights. It has some wall art, another wall art. Also, it has some stands, and it has a plant, a carpet. It also, as I see, has a room divider, some surfaces. As I see, these are supposed to be like side tables, and this is a coffee table. Also, we have a couple of couches, a couple of chairs, and some decor and one kind of wall. So I think I'm gonna go straight into the build mode and we are gonna see what we've got in this kit. And I'm gonna go to Oasis Springs and I think I'm gonna build something on this slot because it's on a smaller side. And I think that building a house with a kit is the best way to see what we can use it for. So I'm gonna build over the lot that we got, and first let us see what we've got with the kit. And it's literally scary how far now I need to scroll just to get to the kits and then through all of them. Like, it's terrible. It's too much as for me. So, as for kit items, we got this wall, which is a woody wallpaper, so it's supposed to like mimic wood, and it has some different swatches. It has some like light wood, it has some warmer wood, it also has some darker wood, even darker. So I think that this kind of can be kind of versatile because it's supposed to match quite a bit of wood colors, and it also has like white color and it has a black color, so in case you want to go for neutrals you can use it. As for the items, so we have this laying rock, also we've got this shadow of the day wall decor, and I believe that maybe it's going to be a little bit hard to use this kind of paneling because it goes on 1.5 tiles. So you need at least like 3 tile like sharp just to be able to use that. That can be a little bit annoying. Also, we've got this armchair, and also we've got this kind of armchair apparently, even though both of these chairs do not have arms, but we got them. And we've got this big couch, we've got this smaller couch, so it kind of gives us a chance to be able to see quite a bit of a living room. Also, we've got this kind of table. I think it's going to be kind of cool to use like under the TV because that can be useful. We've got this rock as I see. It's a side table. This is a coffee table, just as I was expecting, so that's okay. This is a pedestal, so it can be kind of useful if you want to, I don't know, display a plant. Like, I might want to do something like that. Also, we've got some other wall art, and we've got some just simple art, which you can also display. So here are all of the items. Like, this is our living room set, apparently a new one. We've got some art, we've got some more art, we got some chairs, a lamp, another lamp, and we've got these are bookshelves, so you can read from them. That can be useful. This is the lamp, and also we've got some of the decor to use around the house and some stands, so that can be useful to store like something like that. In case you want to make it really cute, you can use it like that. And all of these has some of the neutral color swatches, so it kind of looks cute. And it has the same swatches, so it's supposed to match each other. Like, these are literally the same color. I don't know why the swatches in here look different, but they are literally looking like the same color in the game. Also, this stand has all of the same colors, which are neutrals, some muted green or bluish green, and some reds. Also, we've got this bowl, which has all of the same colors, so that is pretty nice that we are having matching colors in here. We have these wood slabs, as I see, and they have some nice colors too. And we have this kind of art on the stand too, and we have like this bust, so that can be kind of useful if you want to go for a more polished style in the house. This vase and some of this lamp goes in these fun colors too, but it also mainly is just white and it just changes the color of the metal, so it's cute, but it can be not so versatile as some of the other things. Like, if I want to make a room all dark, I cannot use this, even though it's kind of like a semi-black swatch. As for the books, they go in different colors too, which is pretty useful. As for the lamp, the same, but it goes like mostly in metallic colors, of course, because it's metal lamp. As for this table, it also goes in all of the same bright and polished colors. And as for our room set, it all goes like in similar colors, but this chair has different colors, as I see right away. And somehow the swatches are not in order like on this chair and on this chair, even though some of them they are similar colors. That can be annoying, but that's okay. As I see, this armchair is supposed to match mostly these couches, so that's how we can go for that. So that can be kind of useful. And as for these slabs, they do go in all of these like natural colors, the same as we've got the wall, so it should be kind of matching. That should look cute. And we've got these bookcase which all does have all of the same colors, so that can be useful as well. And as for this art, it has some different pieces of one painting, as I see. So these are literally one of the same swatch, but they look like they can tile, but they do not tile, like they do not match each other. Like if you want to get creative, you can try and mix and match lines, and that can be fun for you. But of course, I'm not gonna do that because it usually just doesn't work. So I'm just gonna use it as a simple art, and I think let us go and try build the house. I think that for the general shape, I want to make something like that. Maybe looks like a wacky shape right now, but I have a vision. Do not worry about it. I like it's all gonna come together a little bit later, but it all will come together. And I'm just a little curious if I'm gonna be able to make out here like a custom glass shape. That can go like as a nice basegame glass fence, so I'm not against that. That definitely did work, so I'm kind of satisfied. And I'm very excited to use the new door. I'm gonna tack it in here. I'm gonna make it kind of like partly invisible, so it's just gonna be black, and it has a black and it has a deeper black swatch. Like, what else am I gonna ask from them? Like, I have nothing else to ask from them. That is perfect. And what I like about the new windows is that they are literally stackable. Like, you can make so many windows with these kind of windows, so I'm very satisfied about that. Like, you can stack them like here and there, on top and the bottom, like wherever you want to go. Like this window with this window. That looks perfect. Like I can make a taller window with two smaller windows. Like that's exactly what I want from the game. That is exactly what I wanted from The Sims for so long. And I think before I figure out the details for the sides of the house and for like all of the windows, I'll need to figure out the floor plan because right now, this house is lacking in this aspect. So my idea was that as you enter the house, you literally enter right into the entryway. Out here, at first, I was thinking that we might want to get some sort of like a staircase, but now that I think about it, I think it might be a good spot for a downstairs bathroom. Out here, we might want to have a cute kitchen, a dining area, and we need to fit a stair somewhere. And by the way, the trick that just using half wall with a window as a railing for the stairs, I'm using that all the time now. Just know that, just so you're warned. And I have decided to make some changes, so this house is now on a platform, and I have added all of the window that we might want to have in this house. So we have our tiny little staircase out here, looking cute, looking fabulous, as I might say. And we have a longish hallway out here, and we have pretty much of open space in here, but I'm planning on having kind of on the bigger side of the kitchen. And of course, the perfect spot for our living room. As for the doors, of course, I'm gonna use all of the new ones. And firstly, I'm gonna quickly build all of the house so that later we are gonna go around and we are gonna quickly add everything we might want to have around this house. And by the way, about the kitchen, I'm using the new kitchen that we've got with the latest update. So I'm satisfied about it as well. Like I'm happy that we've got a new kitchen finally because we were not getting something like that apparently since the base game came out, and that is I might say not so appropriate, probably, but it might be an overstatement. Have you seen these columns? They look like they are supposed to match this kit absolutely perfectly, so I'm gonna use them as well. And yep, this house is not gonna be cheap. We're gonna have one of the most expensive stoves in the game. I think in other aspects too, I'm gonna make this kitchen pretty expensive because like nothing is holding us back that is not a budget build. And I think in the kitchen right away we might want to use the new bowl because that looks beautiful. And maybe the new vase too. Like I don't know what kind of switch I might want to use. Maybe the bowl can be yellow and we can make these a little bit like on a terracotta kind of color so that at least we can add some sort of color to the kitchen with these appliances, with this decor. And I think that I already have a spot where we might want to use a room divider because right now we do have like this tiny little nook that's gonna, I'm imagining maybe either a tiny little wooden nook, or we might want to have in here something like an office. And I absolutely do not know what kind of table I might want to use in here. I think that I might want to go for my like go-to table, this one, because it looks modern and at the same time it doesn't look cheap. It looks like IKEA table, so it doesn't look that expensive either. But in the same time, maybe that is the best I can hope for. And as for the kitchen, I think right away I might want to use these kind of decor. Just imagining like that is salt, that is pepper, and that is some matching decor on the wall. Like we all are matchy out here, and I don't mind that. As for this rock, I did not swatch this rock, by the way. I didn't see what kind of swatches does it have. It is an interesting rock. That's what I'm thinking right away, but I think that we will be able to find some sort of use for it. And I don't know what's got into me, but I want to use the wood color that's gonna absolutely match our outdoor wood. I know it doesn't look like that, but outdoors has different lighting, so give me a discount for this part. And we are using the new lamps from the base game too, because they do kind of go well. And these are medium wall height ones, but size down ones and alt placed. And I think that if I'm gonna use the new wallpaper that we've got in the kit, that's kind of gonna look nice in this house too, even in the kitchen, by the way. Right? I was skeptical about that. But that looks cute. That looks like some cute paneling. And sometimes when it lines up like that asymmetrically with our window, that looks absolutely perfect as I'm seeing that. And somehow it is as if it has stretched, because when I was outside and when I was sticking that like just on a single wall, it seemed to me as it was occupying a tile and a half, and it is occupying like one whole tile. Maybe it's me and I'm just blind. So sorry for that. Sorry for the confusion if I cost you some. I think that in our entryway we might want to have some sort of like this tiny brick moment where we are gonna have some bricks. I'm just wondering how bad it's gonna be if I'm gonna make color block toilet. Like we're gonna have some blacks, we're gonna have some whites. Is this too bad? Is it too much? I genuinely don't know. But I'm gonna try. And I think in the bathroom we can already use our new plant because it can go kind of well on one of the counters. And I like that default swatch is wide so that I do not have to go around and search through all of the swatches, so that I'm gonna be able to find like my favorite usual white swatch. I absolutely do not know why I'm occupying myself with the whole house, but who's gonna stop me? Oh, by the way, I can use these instead of tiles, right, in our entryway, because that looks perfect. That looks exactly like something I wanted to use. And that is a new rug in the base game, which is supposed to kind of tuck under the fireplace, but I'm gonna use it here. Like, I want it here, so it's gonna be here. Is it okay if I'm gonna use new art in the toilet? Because this wall feels blank and I want to hang something out here, but I don't know what I'm to hang out here. I think that might work fine. And I think before I'm gonna go like for the exact purpose I'm building this house, I'm gonna go upstairs so that I'm gonna be able to make a bedroom for us. So with the bathroom on the second floor, I did absolutely the same thing that I did on the first floor. As for our hallway, as for now, I have a slight idea that I was thinking that I'm just gonna stick out here this table. I don't know what kind of color I should use. I think I might probably use this like wooden beige, but that's gonna absolutely match walls and sides. So I think I might wanna resort to black. And as for decor, I was thinking that we might go all into the new pack. I believe that boring beige painting is gonna go absolutely perfect out here, and something like this best is gonna go absolutely perfect on the other side. And that looks like a kind of expensive house already. And I was thinking that I might want to try and use these side tables in our bedroom. I'm planning on maybe using even probably the same paneling, the same wood paneling, and I think that we might actually go and use it like everywhere in the house. Like make this house look eco, probably. And we are gonna use a couple of these slabs, and I believe that these lamps are gonna go absolutely perfect as for the bedroom. At least somewhere in the house we might want to have a chess table. Of course, we're gonna have one outside. That's always a go-to choice. And I know that probably something that I just made is gonna make this house look a little bit like a waiting room, but that's such a bad thing, because if we have like a tiny little sitting area around here, maybe that can be useful for Sims at least sometimes. I hope. Maybe you don't hate. I hope you don't hate me about it, but I'm thinking that we are just gonna have like a long wall out here, I'm gonna stick somewhere out here on this side, maybe another plant so that it's not an empty spot yet again. And we might want to stick out here, maybe on one of the side tables instead of a lamp. I'm just gonna stick one of the new bookshelves. And I still did not find any use for this thing, but I absolutely don't know what that's supposed to be. Maybe we're gonna have it out here. That's gonna be kinda nice. And as for the bedroom, I think I'm gonna leave this one. We are gonna go to this one. And for this one, I was thinking, I was hoping that I'm gonna make that into a kid's bedroom, but I'm sure I've made it weirdly laid out. And now that I've used the same bed in the parents' bedroom, I think that I'm not sure that I'm gonna be able to use it in here too. And I don't know how small of a baby we are talking about. A toddler? An infant? I feel like this house just doesn't work with an infant room, so I'm thinking that probably I'm just gonna make this room an office. And you see what I was talking about? Somehow, right now, these panels are 1.5 tile wide, but when I go downstairs, here they are 2 tiles wide. Here I'm using medium wall height, but out here I'm using short wall height. Do they get wider the wider you get the walls? Maybe that is cool, but I believe that that's going to be a little bit more annoying than cool because if they're changing their length when you're trying to switch around the wall height, then you cannot mix and match them. Like you see out here in our like little stairwell, they don't match already. I don't know what I think about it, but I don't think that that is a good thing. I think that that is annoying. So just not my taste. Maybe somebody's gonna like that. Not me. Don't ask me. I feel like this is my worst kids' room in a while, but that looks kinda, I don't know how to say, but I've picked the main color green. We have a dollhouse. We have a computer out here, so a teenager or maybe a child can live out here. Also, we have a blurfy. But the color-wise, I'm so not sure. I feel like that looks bad, but maybe I just need to leave this room for a little while and let it grow on me. So that's maybe a little later. That's gonna be fine by me. And now I think let us go for the main purpose why we have started this video. So the living room. Here I'm going to use most of the kit items that we can use out here, and I think that we are going to be probably be able to use all of them in here. I'm not sure about this rug because as for me it looks just like blanket that was thrown down the floor, but that's probably just not my style, but like that shouldn't throw off the whole build. Like we shouldn't do that because of just me not being sure about item. Like that shouldn't be a problem at all, I think. I think I might want to stick out here, like right in the corner, that new bookshelf that we've got. It has 3 slots, one for the small items, so I think that I'm going to use all of the decor that we've got with the new kit out here on this bookshelf. I might want to add some color right away because like we were going mostly for black and white, so now we might want to add something else. And we might want to add some more decor out here, maybe one more time the same base, or maybe I might stick out here this bouquet that we've got. Like that's gonna match, that matches already, so I'm satisfied about it. Out here I think we might want to stick a TV, so I was thinking about using this table in here in the middle of a room. I might want to stick our new slab table, and as for the living room itself, that's not gonna be really big, that's actually gonna be pretty small, but I think I'm not gonna use these armchairs, I'm gonna use these ones. Or I'm gonna use one of them at all, because we don't need all that much. Like I might want to leave around some walking space, like I'm imagining a walking space, but you wanna if you wanna you can just cut like the whole room a little bit, and that's gonna maybe look better for you. But I think that this way we are gonna have a little bit more space for some decor around our room. Like we might want to have another room divider, like in case you want to, you might literally close the room off from our dining and living room. Like maybe you have guests staying over and these couches are like transformable ones. So you are want to kind of open a couch for a guest to sleep out here, but then in the morning you are going to cook a breakfast and you don't want to wake them up with all of the sounds and stuff. So be mindful about the guests that we've got. And I think that the living room is going to be where our color is going to start to pop around the place. And I did not use this stand, but I don't know. But it's absolutely not my style. Like I'm not the kind of person who's gonna like stick art somewhere around the house like that, but in here maybe I'm just gonna leave it like that. Like that looks cute too, but it's definitely not my style. And first I was thinking to add out here a desk, but now that I think of it, I've already added a desk in the kids' bedroom, so out here I think I'm just gonna stick some decor. Like, yes, we are using the same flower several times already in this house, but see, that's such a problem. And the main theme out here is we are having some green and some reddish orange in this house, so that's looking cute, I guess. And as for the living room itself, simple. The thing that lacks is the TV. I'm gonna use the frame TV that we've got in one of the later events just because I think that it looks much better than anything else that we might want to use it here. I've raised it up a little bit so that in here we will be able to stick some more decor, like another one of these bowls, another one of these books, and the living room is pretty much mostly done, not completely, because a lamp up here, some more light on the top, and maybe some little bit tiny little sparkle of base game decor. And I'm gonna use some of the newer ones, so we are gonna have this phone. And yeah, that gives me the Sims 1 vibes, like so heavily. And I know that I've done it pretty much quickly with the living room, but I think that this house kind of with just a base game and with just these kits turned out to be kind of easy to build. Now the only thing like literally I have left to do is landscaping it and check that I did here everything that I wanted to do. Like as for the interior, like we have an entryway, we have our living room, which is made absolutely completely mostly with this new kit. We have our tiny little nook, which is decorated with our new kit. We have some decor everywhere around. We have our kitchen with the new base game stuff. We also have some our bathrooms, both of them, with our new base game stuff. They are literally the same. We also have our hallway decorated with a new kit, which is gorgeous. We also have our kids' bedroom, which is like, meh, but I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. Like, I'm not gonna do anything. We have our bedroom, which is pretty minimalistic, and for me, that is a very unusual bedroom. I don't usually make bedrooms like that, so that's something new. And now just some decor around the house, and that's gonna be it for the build. So I did add slight decor on the outside of the house. I think that I'm gonna stick out here maybe just two planters, or maybe instead of that I'm gonna stick out here this bicycle. I know it's not that season anymore, but that looks a little bit more fun, I guess. So that is pretty much all for the house. Like on the inside, you've seen it all while I was doing that. Like I don't think that I do need to show you another room tour because like almost all that I have used in this kit, I think it's gonna be kind of good for museums. Probably it's gonna be good for a library or an office, and it is gonna be good for a living room, obviously. So I think that it is a good kit. I think that it has its place to be. I think that it would match well with some stuff, probably with Snowy Escape, and it might match kind of well with some stuff from probably, I don't know, City Living, which is like more of a muted, like classical modern stuff. But I think that as on its own, it kind of goes well with the base game too. So if you want to buy like a kit, I think that that is a nice kit to get for yourself. Like of course it doesn't have a gameplay, of course it just has 25 items, but these items do have pretty swatches. These items do look kind of versatile. Like base game is in a need for a couch like that, but we did get it in the kit. So if you have only $5, you have to spare for some pack. In The Sims 4, I think that this kit that we have got is a good kit. I think that it has its place to be, and I think that with me just like talking right now for over an hour because I was recording the video for a while, like some of the phrases I'm not speaking on the first take, of course, obviously. So I'm still a little bit nervous about reviewing the kits. So I know that these videos are kind of wacky on my side. So now I should probably thank you all for watching. And I think that if you like videos like that, you might subscribe to my channel. And I think that these should probably be a goodbye. So bye, guys.